Hello YouTube! As you probably noticed, I've had a lot of missed shots in the last few videos. The Sigalsub 14mm bands on Cetus Trition 90 are now almost 2 years old and it's time to replace them. After discussing the new possible setup with Cetus CEO, he proposed that I should try Sigalsub 13mm bands, and he was even kind enough to send them to me free of charge. The new ready to mount bands came in this small box and I even got this beautiful sticker. All you need to do is remove the old bands, which I did as you can see here. Then you take the brand new bands and install them onto the speargun. The only part that's a bit tricky is getting this 2mm dynama through the loop, and the easiest way is to just push it through with some pointy object. I even matched the old dynama length with the new bands because they kinda seem ideal to me. The bands are already tied up and everything I needed to do is just one weaver's knot per each band. After installing the new bands, it was time for accuracy test on the target first. First hit was almost into the middle of the target, which is a good sign. The sea was so murky I barely saw the target, but the second hit was also pretty close to the first one, which is good. So yeah, thanks again to Cetus Spearfishing for providing new bands. Now let's get into the real spearfishing part. When I entered the sea, I was immediately hit with the fact that it had 29 degrees Celsius, which is too much for me personally. The part where I started still had some visibility and I ambushed here to check out the fish activity. It was all pretty much calm, so nothing to see here. A few minutes later I came across the shoal of pretty big golden mullets and tried to hit one, but they saw my intentions and dipped. Moving on to this rocky terrain, I ambushed in expectation of some sea basses or at least mullets. You can see the terrain here enables me to hide very well, and as always keeping the sign behind my back when possible. Nothing much was going on except smaller fish movement, so I waited a bit longer and surfaced. Of course, you can't spearfish anymore without finding a bunch of plastic in the sea during summer season. Next off, the first shot with the new bands in the real fish target scenario, and I missed this close shot like a schmuck. Even my grandma could probably hit that mullet, but yeah, the mullet even came to greet me.
You can't even hit me from so close, loser.
After reloading the speargun, I ambushed below this rock, and this tiny sea bass and small gilthead sea bream immediately approached. They were kinda playing with their lives because in murky conditions it's pretty hard to judge size because of bad visibility. I'm sure if there was some noob spearo, this sea bass would already be dead at this point. Moving on, I finally came to the sunny part of the terrain with a bit better visibility. Again, another baby sea bass, and I kinda sneak around. There was a Sigalsub up there, but usually the good fish are behind those rocks here, so I didn't want to waste my shot. When I came around those rocks, I saw nothing except the shoal of salpas, so I decided I'll shoot one. They were moving slow and the hit was perfect this time. Of course, removing the guts of ground-fed fish is mandatory for good taste. Came across some rod fishing waste again. It always pisses me off because they produce so much trash for so little catch. It should have been banned 10 years ago. Sneaking a bit deeper in less sunny part of this reef, and the visibility decreased right away. Fish have all of the advantages in conditions like this, because our only advantage is seeing them from far away, so we can plan our approach. A small gilthead sea bream was all that I saw at the end, and I'm wondering how many fish are in the fringe of visibility, which I couldn't see at all. Sneaked up on another shoal of salpas, but they started moving, so I shot the biggest one I saw. It looked like I hit it at first, but it was a miss again. Ambushed into this perfect shaped hole, and my nylon came off at the end. I rearranged it back because I already knew nothing will come. Found something that looked like some kids' sunglasses. Tried to sneak up on this shoal of salpas, but they escaped immediately. That's what usually happens when you try to sneak up on them from too close, but I didn't even saw them from further away. Another ambush for sea basses, and the shoal of mullets came from very unfavorable direction and swam further before I even realized what's going on. Found these two, probably some high pressure gas hose from the boat or something. Another a bit deeper ambush, and visibility here was also terrible. There could be a 200 kilogram tuna swimming 20 meters from me and I wouldn't even know it. What do you do when visibility gets bad? Do you skip spearfishing or go anyway? Tell me in the comments below. Ambushed a bit shallower and pounded the speargun a bit to attract some fish. A few sargos came by and I tried to hit one, but I missed and hit it in its tail. It was injured for sure, and I hope it didn't impair its swimming abilities. Some more cancer speedrun drinks can found and removed from the sea. Sneaked some more and came into the range of those salpas and missed again. I was so pissed at this point, I wanted to exit the sea and go do something useful instead of missing shit the whole day. At the end, I sneaked up to this golden mullet from behind and cowboy hit it. As you can see, it was pretty rough for me recently with those bad catches, but I decided to share it with you regardless. That's all for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe as it helps the algorithm and ensures you won't miss out on the future content. Thanks for watching and stay safe while diving.